Hi friends, so I'm looking through some of the work from Seesaw last week, and I noticed that a lot of you needed some reminders about how to add and subtract tens. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to practice adding and subtracting those tens, because it has been a little while since we have practiced doing that. So here is how we're going to practice. I'm going to talk about 4 strategies that we have learned. Remember, strategies are ideas that we can try or things that we can do to add and subtract tens. So remember, if we are adding a decade number, if we are adding tens to a number, we don't have enough fingers to count on, because usually we are adding to a 2-digit number. And so we can draw a picture with 10 sticks and circles. We can use what we know about place value to help us solve this equation. So the first equation that I have is 34 plus 20 equals box. We don't know. Well, I can draw 34 in 10 sticks and circles. How many tens are in the number 34? 3. Good job, because the tens are on the left, the ones are on the right. So I draw my tens like 10 sticks, okay? How many ones are in 34? 4. So remember, my ones look like little circles. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. So I have 34, okay? And am I adding or am I subtracting in this equation? I'm adding, okay? So I need to add 20. How do I show 20 in 10 sticks and ones? How many tens are in 20? 2. 2 tens. Do I have any ones in 20? No, it's a decade number. It's a multiple of 10. So now what I need to do is I need to count all of my tens and then count my ones to find my total, to find my new number. So here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, freeze, 51, 52, 53, 54. So I can always draw my 2 add-ins or my 2 partners using 10 sticks and circles. Okay, well, Miss Kay, what if I have a subtraction equation? What if I am subtracting a decade number? Well, I have 70 minus 30 equals box. We don't know. So I'm going to start with 70. So how would I draw 70 in 10 sticks and circles? I would just draw 7 10 sticks, because 70 is the same thing as 7 tens. So 1 10, 2 10, 3 10, 4 10, 5 10, 6 10, 7 10. Okay, so I have 7 tens, which is 70. Now, am I adding or subtracting? I'm subtracting. So if I'm subtracting, do I need to draw more 10 sticks and circles? No. Okay, so I'm subtracting 30. How many tens is 30? 3 tens. So what you can do is you can either mark a 10 out with an X, or you can draw a line through it. That's fine. So 10, 20, 30. I'm subtracting those. So now I'm going to look at what I have left. Let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 70 minus 30 equals 40. So I can draw a picture. I can draw a picture that way too. So what if, instead of it being 70 minus 30, I had a number that also had some ones? So what if I had 72 minus 30? Well, I could draw 72, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, freeze, 71, 72, okay? And I'm still subtracting 30. So am I going to do anything with these ones down here? No, I am just subtracting tens. How many tens am I subtracting? 3 tens. 1, 2, 3, or you can do the X's. So now I have 42. And the ones stay the same, okay? So that's one strategy you can use. You can draw a picture with 10 sticks and circles. Let's try something else. I can use easier equations to help me, okay? 34 plus 20. That does not really sound like an easy equation right now, but I know how to just add tens, right? I can add tens. That's easy for me. So, but 20 just has tens and no ones, but 34 has tens and ones. So I can make a baby bond. I can do a baby number bond. I can break apart 34 into its tens and ones. So if I wanted to break 34 into its expanded form, remember, if we're stretching a number out in expanded form, we're looking at the tens and the ones. So in expanded form, I have 3 tens, which is 30, plus 4 ones. And you're probably wondering, well, Miss Kay, I don't remember how that helps me. Well, so I broke down 34. So now I have 30 plus 4 plus 20, right? Well, friends, do you know 30 plus 20? 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 plus 4 equals 54. So 34 plus 20 is 54. So a lot of us have a lot easier time when we're just adding decade numbers, when we're just adding tens, because I can say, well, 30 plus 20 equals 50. And then 50 plus 4 equals 54. Because remember, when we have a decade number and we're just adding some ones, those ones are just going to cover up that 0. So if we're using our blue cards, here's 50 plus 4 equals 54. So those ones just slide in, just like when we do calendar every morning. Okay, well, what if I'm subtracting, Miss Kay? How can I think of an easier equation for 70 minus 30? Well, friends, 70 minus 30 is 7 tens minus 3 tens. Because 7 tens means 70, 3 tens means 30. So that's like saying 7 minus 3 equals 5. And we all know 7 minus 3 because we all know our addition and subtraction facts within 10. So what is 7 minus 3? It's 4. So that means that 70 minus 30, so 7 tens minus 3 tens equals 4 tens. What number means 4 tens? 40. Good job. So I can use easier equations to help me. Sometimes I have to make a baby bond and I have to break a number apart to make it easier equations. Or sometimes I can use smaller equations like 7 minus 3 to help me solve equations like 70 minus 30. Well, what if instead of that being a subtraction equation, I have 70 plus 30? That would be like 7 tens plus 3 tens. And we all know 7 plus 3 equals 10 because we all know our partners of 10, and 10 tens would be 100. We learned that in calendar. Okay, so I can use easier equations to help me. Or I can use a hundreds board. So here's how I would use a hundreds board. We all have seen our hundreds board in calendar. We've all practiced with our hundreds board. So if we have our first equation, 34 plus 20, well, I'm going to circle 34. And how many 10 hops do I need to make? 2 10 hops because 20 is 2 tens. And am I going to hop forward or backward? forward because I'm adding. So remember, this hundreds board that we have is horizontal, which means we're going to need to hop down because 100 is going to be at the bottom. Here we go. So 1 10 hop, 2 10 hops. 34 plus 20 equals 54. Good. Okay, what about my next one? 70 minus 30. So now we've got 70 minus 30. So how many 10 hops do I need to make? 3 10 hops. Am I getting smaller or bigger? Smaller, so I need to jump up. 1 2 3. So 70 minus 30 equals 40. Okay, what about 59 plus 10? So all of us can add or subtract 10 without even thinking about it, right? Because we just changed those 10s and the ones stay the same. But if we wanted to use our hundreds chart to do that, we have 59. How many 10 hops? 1. 59 plus 10 equals 69. Okay. Now we have 33 minus 10. Here's 33. And then minus 10, we're going to jump up to make it smaller, equals 23. So do you notice that the ones stay the same? So when we are adding decade numbers, when we're adding 10 numbers to a number, that means that the only thing that changes is the number of 10s that we have. 14 plus 60. Whew, that's going to be a big one, but we can do it really quickly. Here we go. 14. How many 10 hops do I need to make? 60 is the same thing as 6 10s. So let's make 6 10 hops bigger. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 14 plus 60 equals 74. So you can use a hundreds board to help you. And then your last strategy, I can use place value to do mental math. So I know that some of you can do a lot of this in your head. You don't have to write anything down. You can just use what you know about place value. So some of you I know can think, well, if I add my 10s first, if I add 3 10s plus 2 10s, that equals 5 10s. Well, now I'm going to add my 1s. 4 plus 0 is, I've made a mistake, that's okay, I can fix it, is 4. So 34 plus 20 is 34. Some of you just know that 70 minus 30 equals 40. Sometimes you're using those easier equations to help you, and sometimes you just know it because you can make those 10 hops in your head. You can say, okay, 70 minus 30, 7 minus 3 equals 4, must be 40. So some of you are able to do the mental math. That is a-okay with me. If you know enough about place value to know how to add and subtract these decade numbers or add and subtract these multiples of 10, you can do that. You have my permission. Okay, friends? So there is a quick video just to show you some strategies that we've learned for how to use place value and how to add and subtract 10s, okay? You can do mental math. That means that you know enough about place value to do it in your head. But if you can't do that yet, you can use any of these other strategies. That's cool too. So you can use a hundreds board. You can find easier equations to help you by either breaking apart a number and making it smaller to be able to make an easier equation, or by looking at if you can use the number of 10s that are in a number to help you make an easier equation. You can draw pictures with 10 sticks and circles. These are all things that you can do to help you solve when you're adding and subtracting 10s. I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you need any help or if you need more practice with that. Okay, friends? Have a great day.